Hi everyone. In this video we're going to talk about two kids that were killed by pit bulls. So let's get straight to the story. Dogs that fatally mauled Tennessee toddlers injured mom were never violent, friends say. So um, the family's pit bulls killed Lilly Jane Bennard too, and her little brother, 5-year-old Hollace Dean Bennard. So it says here the family dogs who mauled Tennessee toddlers to death Wednesday and left their mother with severe injuries had never been aggressive, a friend told Fox News. Kirsty Jane Bennard, 30, was seriously wounded when she tried to pull the family's two pit bulls off 5-month-old Hollis and 2-year-old Lily at their home in rural Shelby County outside Memphis. So, I guess they were interviewing a friend of the mother, and she said, I can promise you those children were her world, and if there was any inkling of danger, she would have never had those dogs near her kids. This statement is just unbelievable. If there were any inkling of danger, pit bulls are known. There are thousands and thousands of incidents where they um, bite people, kill people, maim them, kill kids. I mean, there's tons of stories. So for them to be saying that they didn't have any inkling of danger, and a lot of times now pit bulls generally are dangerous dogs because that's how they were bred. They were bred to fight and all of that, right? So these are not family dogs. Pit bulls and Rottweilers and German Shepherds and these dogs are unpredictable. I wouldn't say they're as bad as lions in the jungle, but they're similar. They're unpredictable. Okay, because one day they're nice and calm as a pet, and the next day something could trigger them and they could just attack you. So why would you want to have that dog around an adult, much less a kid or a baby? I mean, this is just child abuse basically. And so let me finish the story here. It says she would never had those dogs near her kids. The shotter's mom best friend, Kisley Cannon, told Fox Digital News. So this is just totally unbelievable. And the family had pets Cheech and Mia, which is the name of the dogs, for more than 8 years without a violent incident. So you see, these dogs can go a long time without incident. And sometimes I don't know exactly what happened, but when you have small kids amongst dogs, kids don't know the difference of pulling. Like my own son, he grabbed my beard and he pulls it too hard. So a kid could pull a dog's tail too hard, and a dog could react. And I'm not saying this is what happened in this incident. I'm just saying that you shouldn't have a small kid amongst a dog that dangerous. And personally, I wouldn't have that dog among myself, because if you have an animal that can basically kill you, why would you have a pit bull? Could kill me. I'm pretty strong. I am in my early 40s, and I'm very active, and a pit bull could kill me because a pit bull is very strong. I mean, if you look at some of the pictures of these dogs, you would see that it's so this is the mom and dad with the kids. So these are the dogs right here, and these dogs are vicious. Look at this dog. Look at the stance and the muscular build. Look at the jawbone and the head. These dogs, when they get a grip on you, it's deadly. If they get on your neck, you're gone basically. And this is for an adult, and these are kids that were attacked. The mother was also attacked. She was trying to pull the dogs off of her kids, and people are praising her for that. I don't know why. She's the one that put her kids in harm's way in the first place. So it's very um very heartbreaking and totally unnecessary. Um, so it said that attack lasted longer than any one of us could imagine, she added. Canfield was Kirsty's sister. They were headed to a regional hospital to visit her. So they said she was initially confused. She's awake now. They're talking about the kid's mother. And the children's father was not at the home at the time of the attack. And at one point, the father shared photos of the dogs on Facebook, calling them house lions. So people think that these dogs are cute and there's something that should be, you know, that should be have as pets, but they're not. They're not. And when I see these dogs, I get scared. The look of them, this doesn't look like a dog that I would want to cuddle and pet. And I've known some people that have had this dog, these type of dogs, these pit bull breeds, as pets, and nothing has gone wrong. But the amount of incidents that have happened with them, why would you even take a chance? There's so many other breeds. Why would you wanna, you know, take a chance of harming your family? So they said the mother's legs and arms are completely wrapped in bandages, and she likely won't have permanent damage other than her heart will heal. Oh Lord. They're saying she's a effing hero. Said the attack lasted over 10 minutes and she never gave up trying to save the babies. Well, she's definitely not a hero in my eye. Because if she was a hero, she wouldn't have bring a dangerous dog into her house as a pet with her kids. I mean, if you're single and you wanna put yourself at risk, that's your own prerogative, right? But when you bring in innocent beings into this, kids, then you got to be a little bit more responsible, a lot more responsible. It says authorities did not say why the family pets viciously turned on the couple's only children, and they investigated. So it says authorities did not say why the family pets viciously turned on the couple's only children. Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, sometimes it's something that triggered them. Sometimes it could be the kids pulling on their tail or whatever, and sometimes the dogs just attack for no reason. I've had many stories of people who had dogs and they fed them and kept them good for many years, and one day the dog just attacked them. Many stories. Um, and there are incidents obviously of dogs that were abused, and those dogs obviously are more likely to attack. But these dogs are unpredictable. There's no reason to have them as pets. There's a lot of defenders of these dogs, and I honestly don't know why. Anyone with common sense, like I mean, you're not gonna push your hand into a snake pit, right? Thinking, okay, the snake is calm and it hasn't bit anybody yet. People just do really stupid things. I've been alive for over 40 years, and I realized that humans, there's few of us that have any sense at all. A lot of us are just followers, and we just follow the wrong things. So they said the children were pronounced dead at the scene. So the pit bulls killed the kids right there at the scene. Said they were perfect, they were beautiful. Infant and toddler added they worship each other. Christie did not provide her name, asked for privacy while the family grieves. How could they ask for privacy after they already gave her an interview? So the community is reeling from the horrific attack, and wow, just in absolute shock, praying so hard for the good Lord to hold you and your family tight and keep you through this. It doesn't make any sense. People do really stupid stuff and then they ask for the Lord or some imaginary stuff to save them. It's like when they could have saved themselves. So wow, they said at least 33 people in the US were mauled to death in 2020 by pit bulls, more than any other dog breed according to the nonprofit. Yeah, I personally wouldn't keep my dog. I wouldn't have a dangerous dog. I was considering getting a what do you call it, German Shepherd, because I really like how German Shepherds look. And I just bought a home, and I was doing some research, and I wanted to see if German Shepherds were dangerous dogs, like unpredictable. And doing my research, yes, the German Shepherds are unpredictable. Um, so I didn't get one. And they said, well, Chihuahuas also are aggressive dogs and bite. Yeah, but a Chihuahua can't kill me. You know, I can definitely overpower a Chihuahua easily. So that's the difference when you're trying to compare dogs that are aggressive. Yeah, there are smaller dogs that are aggressive, but those dogs, they can't kill you. They might bite you on your leg or whatever, but you could overpower them easily. So it's not nothing. I personally wouldn't get, if I have a child. For myself, I don't mind getting a Chihuahua. Chihuahua can't do nothing to me. But if I have a child, I wouldn't get a Chihuahua because I don't want the Chihuahua to bite the child. You understand? Even though the child will more likely survive, still, I wouldn't put the child in harm's way for that. So whether it's a Doberman, Rottweiler, you know, there's a lot of dangerous dogs. You just don't get any of them. So 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 we have some comments here. Someone said, I had a friend that wanted to get rid of an older Doberman when my second daughter was born. I brought it home. Oh my God, why would you bring a Doberman home? And carried my newborn into the same room. The dog ears went up and a tiny growl was heard. I spun around and returned my daughter to her room and immediately returned the dog to its owner against my wife and older daughter's objections. I never looked back on that decision. So the wife and daughter still wanted to keep the dog, even though he told them that the dog ears went up and it made a growl. That's how stupid some people are. They would risk their own kids just so they can have a dog that they can. Usually, these dogs are just for pictures to to post on Facebook and social media. You know, it's been a phenomenon for a very long time. And if you go into the urban communities, it's even more prevalent. Now, it's not just urban communities, it's all around. But when you're in urban communities, it seems like everyone has a pit bull or a dangerous dog. You very rarely see people with chihuahuas and stuff like that. So it's kind of a cultural thing, like a phase. It's been going on for a long time, where everyone in the urban areas, they want these dogs as a sign of status sign. So someone else here, Dobermans are notoriously fond and extremely protective of small children. But you did the right thing. Gut feelings are more often than not. This is unbelievable. Fond and extremely protective. Someone said, there's a big difference between knowing the child when the dog was a puppy and being introduced to the child when you have a baby in the home. I don't think there's any difference, because there are a lot of people that have had pit bulls and dangerous dogs from since they were babies, pups, and these dogs grew up to attack them. So that argument makes no sense. It doesn't matter if the baby comes first, the dog comes first, or you. It doesn't matter. These dogs they're just unpredictable. They're kind of similar to a wild animal. Like you can't have a lion as a pet. you know so you could find the calmest one and you still be sleeping one eye open, because they're unpredictable. One day they could decide, oh, let me just kill you. Hmm. Someone else said, I brought my son home from hospital, laid him on the mat and we had in the living room. The dog laid beside him at 45 degrees by his feet and didn't move until I picked up my son and put him in the crib. The dog laid on the floor by the crib all night. For the first time in 10 years, he didn't sleep in my room. By the time my son was 2, he would take naps leaning on each other. Bad dog stories are horrifying and shocking because they are rare. bad people stories and child murders happen all the time. But this lady's comparing murderers to dogs. And she's saying bad dog stories are rare. So this is the kind of person that you find in a news story. Like this couple here, right? This couple, let me pull up the pic right here. They're the same type of people. People who've seen these stories year after year, every single year. Pitbull has killed someone. And they see these stories in the news and they say it's not gonna happen to them. They got a good dog, their dog is good. People must be doing something to the other dogs. And humans have a way of they don't believe anything until it happens to them. Until it hits them, that's when they believe it, which is totally unreal. So you said bad dog stories are horrifying and shocking, but they are rare. So if something is rare, right, would you, it's like a probability of it happening, but that means it could still happen. Would you want it to happen to you, right? Because if it's rare, it could still happen to you. Would you put your kids at risk? And people claim to love their kids and the best thing that happened to them and all that. Why would you put them in that situation where you're taking a chance with a so-called pet? It's not a pet. Okay, it's not a pet. So another person said dogs respond to actions. We do not know if the daughter tried to pet the dog on the head. When you reach out, face towards the dog, see it as a threat. The instinct is to stop what the dogs perceive as danger. I have mistakenly pet a dog with my hand towards their face and have been bitten by dogs several times. This action could have started innocently and quickly escalated to horror. Well, this is definitely true. As I said, with dogs, if you pull their tail or whatever, but a dog shouldn't attack you if you try to pet it on the face. I've had many dogs and never have they attacked me while I'm petting their face. So if a dog is doing that, that dog shouldn't be amongst humans. Okay. Obviously that dog is dangerous. So it definitely shouldn't be amongst kids because kids don't know the difference. They see an animal, they want to pet it. They don't know to pet it on the back. They don't know not to pull it. They don't know that. They're small. They don't understand it. So why would you put a dog, like that amongst kids? So it says, someone says, dogs historically are bred for war, killing, fighting, guarding. Pit bulls are so overbred they are subject to sudden rage syndrome. I have some experience with these thugs of the dog clan. There should be restrictions, enforcement by homeowners policy that should be in place. Tops and bottoms of kennels and more. I totally agree with that statement. Um, I really think these dogs should be banned unless they're using it in the military or whatever. These dogs should not be um, used in homes because obviously people don't have enough common sense not to bring them into a home with a child. I think it should be against the law to have a dog like that, whether it's a Doberman Pinscher, whether it's a Pitbull or any other dangerous dog. Those things should be legal to have those type of dog around a child under the age of 18, or 15 or whatever. There should be some law like that, but there isn't. And obviously it's because of stupid people who want to keep these dogs around for whatever reason. I don't know. Someone else said I have had 3 Dobermans and none of them ever made a move against my children. So these are the people that keep this cycle going on. People be like, oh, but it never happened to me. Yeah, but it happened to thousands of other people. So should we keep these dogs around so they can kill more people because it never happened to you? You know, he said, in fact, they were all protective of young children, but if you had a sense there was a problem, you did the right thing. That said, I don't trust pit bulls. Something in their eyes that concern me. And don't trust pit bulls. Dobermans, before pit bulls were even a thing, Dobermans were the most dangerous dogs around. Doberman pinchers, I remember. Doberman pinchers and Rottweilers. Rottweilers were very, very dangerous. And still, obviously, these dogs are dangerous dogs. And German Shepherds. I think German Shepherds have a less of a reputation, but still, if there's a 1% chance that they can be unpredictable, you don't want them around your family. And I grew up with German Shepherds, and they never attacked us, but they would be aggressive towards other people. And I also grew up with a mixed breed dog. That dog was very dangerous, and that dog actually tried to grab my cousin at her neck, but he was tied to a chain, and he didn't get the opportunity. So they immediately shipped him out of the house. So these dogs are just not. Someone else said, pit bulls are mostly peaceful dogs. And then he put some political thing, but I don't want to mention anything political. Everyone wants to make everything political these days. Said someone else said, I had a college friend who roomed with off campus for us who had one. He went away for a couple of weeks, so I took care of his dog, fed him, took him for walks and such. The dog was aggressively territorial with other breeds in the apartment complex. I could see his muscles tighten whenever he saw another dog when I walked in. This dog was raised as well as any dog could be, yet he had aggressive tendencies, which is why I don't think people should own them. They may insist to own them, but I think if the dogs attack like this, the owners need to be held liable for damage. In this case, unfortunately, damage is done to the owners. Yes. So this statement here by this guy is on point. The dogs are just. I mean, he said the dog was raised. Um, he said the dog was raised just as good as any dog. Okay, so this dog wasn't abused or anything like that, and still the dog was aggressive to other dogs. The thing about these dogs, right? Yeah, you could have smaller dogs that might be aggressive to other dogs, but these dogs are almost harmless. I mean, if these dogs attacking a dog, is not going to be anything because they're not big, they're not strong. Pit bulls are big and strong, very strong, and they're fast and they're aggressive. This is a bad combination. Okay, so let me read some stuff here. There's an article, The Problem with Pit Bulls, by Time. This Time magazine. So the social media universe became furious at KFC this week after an employee reportedly asked a 3-year-old victim of a dog attack to leave one of their restaurants because her face is disrupting our customers. So apparently, 3-year-old victim of a dog attack was in KFC, and an employee, obviously her face was her face was deformed by the dog attack, and they wanted her to leave the restaurant because she was, I guess, upsetting the other customers because of how she looked. Um, but it says if it wasn't KFC employees who broke the door to Victoria Welch's grandfather's home and mauled the toddler until half her face was paralyzed and she lost the use of one of her eyes. 3 pit bulls did that. So 3 pit bulls broke into someone's home and mauled a toddler, 3 years old, and she lost her eyes and her face is deformed. Now these stories are not rare. This happens at least 30 times a year. Okay, so that's 30 people being killed or mauled by pit bulls, or this is just by pit bulls. So obviously these are the statistics for other dangerous dogs, for Dobermans and stuff. So dogs attack people, dangerous dogs attack people a lot. And just being fair, non-dangerous dogs attack people also, but as I said, those dogs, they can't do you much harm. All right, so pit bulls make up only 6% of the dog population, but they're responsible for 68% of dog attacks and 52% of dog-related deaths since 1982. according to research compiled by Merritt Clifton, editor of Animals 24/7, an animal news organization that focuses on humane work and animal cruelty prevention. Clifton himself was attacked twice by dogs, one a pit bull, and part of his work involves logging fatal and disfiguring attacks. Clifton says that for the 32 years he's been recording, there's never been a year when pit bulls have accounted for less than half of all attacks. CDC report on dog bite fatalities from 1978 to 1998 confirmed that pit bulls are responsible for more deaths than any other breed, but CDC no longer collects dog breed specific information. So, and people know this. People know the dogs, that they know it, but they want to follow trends, and they think these dogs are cute and everybody has one, so that your neighbor has one, so you want to get one. It's like when you have somebody has a nice car, you want to get that car, and society is full of people who just follow each other to no end. Doesn't matter. Look at the trend of guys wearing their pants all the way down under their waist, right? I'm talking about under their butt. Like, how did that become a thing? How did that become a fashion statement or something that people would be like, oh yeah, this looks good, let me try this? It looks ridiculous. It looks dirty. It looks obscene. I mean, you find any negative, it doesn't look good, you know. And in my neighborhood here, um, I live in a pretty cool neighborhood, but even here I saw one person, and sadly it was one of my from my own race, a black person walking around with their pants all the way down like that, and this kid was 14 years old. None of the other kids in the neighborhood walk around with their pants like that. My point I'm trying to make is that the world is a place of followers. It's like when you go to school, right? Why do everybody follow the kid that's doing the worst things, right? The kid that's stealing, the kids that's bullying and beating people up and all of that. Why are people following these kids? The one that's smoking weed or crack or whatever it is. Why is this kid popular? You know, why aren't people following the kid who has the A grades, the kid that's intelligent and doing the right thing, and who's into sports and all that? Why isn't that kid being followed more? People gravitate to the worst things, to the bad things, okay? And that's it. People wanna, oh, Pitbull, it's a thing that's going on. Everybody wanna have one. But come on, wake up. Sometimes they said like government have too much control on people, like let people make their own decisions. I think that people are just too stupid to make their own decisions. I really think so. I mean, why do you think we have signs up everywhere you go? Don't do this, don't do that, don't walk here, because people are inherently just stupid, or they just want to be stupid. Okay. Um, you see people um jaywalking. Now, if you go to Manhattan or any other major city, you see people crossing against the light. Cars are coming. People just walking to the street like they don't care about their own life. So this is the type of society we have. So what do you expect when these same people think that having a pit bull is something good, is something safe? So another report published in April 2011 issue of Annals Surgery found that one person is killed by a pit bull every 14 days. Two people are injured by a pit bull every day, and young children are especially at risk. The report concludes that these breeds should be regulated in the same way in which other species, such as leopards, are regulated. That report was shared with time by PETA, the world's largest animal rights organization. So even PETA, which is an animal rights organization, say that these dogs should be regulated. And if you know anything about PETA, they advocate for animals left, right, and center. But they and all acknowledge that, which is rare, because if you look at the Rifle Association, you will never hear them making a statement like, guns can be dangerous, or maybe we shouldn't have semi, the average Joe shouldn't have a semi-automatic weapon, you understand? But Peter is for regulating these dogs because they're very, very dangerous. He said the little girl's grandmother shot and killed, this is another story, shot and killed the three dogs that attack her, and both he and his girlfriend are facing child endangerment charges. Wow. So yeah, I mean, I think there should be a law that, yeah, if people insist on keeping these dogs, they should be held liable. They should be charged with attempted murder or manslaughter. Not attempted murder, but manslaughter. When these dogs not only kill the people that own them and their kids, these dogs also kill neighbors and friends, and these dogs escape from the yard, or I've seen people, women, even men, but men are a little stronger, right? But women, you see women walking pit bulls, and these dogs are strong, and the dog is basically pulling the person, pulling the woman, like the dog. If this dog attacks someone, that lady can't do nothing to help. Like this lady couldn't save her two kids. Okay, she couldn't save her two kids. Now, if she had two pit bulls, even if she had one pit bull, she wouldn't be able to save them unless she had a gun. She wouldn't be able to save them. These dogs are strong. They're fast, aggressive. She wouldn't stand a chance. She's lucky to be alive right now. Okay? So, common sense got to prevail because this is just not good. So, they said as pit bull attacks become more and more common, they get an increasingly they get an increasing attention on social media, but not always in support of the wounded children. In March, a Facebook petition to save Mickey, a dangerous pit bull in Phoenix, got over 7,000 likes. Not 7,000, sorry, 70,000 likes. Mickey was facing euthanization for mauling a 4-year-old Kevin so badly that he cracked his jaw, eye socket, and cheekbone. The dog's bite is so strong. And now the pit bull, it doesn't have the strongest bite. I think there's about two more breeds that have a stronger bite than a pit bull. But a pit bull bite is very, very strong. Like when an alligator, I'm not comparing to, obviously an alligator is a lot more, right? I'm just saying that, think about an alligator when it gets a grip on you. When a pit bull gets a grip on you, it's strong. The jaw, look at the size of the jaw. The jaws are very, very strong. Okay, look at that. You see that? So they're very, very, very strong, very dangerous. You don't want to mess with that. Same way you don't go messing with monkeys. A monkey's, I don't know, 5 times stronger than a human. I don't know the exact amount, but a monkey will rip a human apart, and monkeys have done that. This is not animals that you want as a pet. You might think that they're cute and they're this and that, but they're unpredictable. If you go look it up and see stories of monkeys that have disfigured humans, lions disfigured humans, tigers, many, 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 many stories. This is not rare. This is not rare. This happens every single year, many times. Okay, so this pit bull killed or disfigured, right? Yes. 4 years so badly. Yes, the child is still alive. 4-year-old, 4-year-old. And we have 70,000 people want to save this pit bull. 70,000. They don't care about the 4-year-old that got his jaw cracked and his eye socket and cheekbone. They don't care about that. They just want to save the dog. And I guarantee you, if they were allowed to, these people would bring this same dog into their own home amongst their kids. This is the level of insanity, and this is the same thing that happened with this couple. They know Now they had these dogs before the kids, right? The dogs are around 8 years, and one kid is 2 and the other is 5 months, right? So they know that these dogs are dangerous. They know it. Everyone knows it. If you don't know it, then you're not alive. You haven't been born yet. Everyone knows pit bulls are unpredictable. We also know that you can have a pit bull and it could never attack you. The pit bull could live the entire life and never attack you, right? That could happen, definitely. But why would you take that chance? How do you know that your dog will not attack you? How do you know that your dog will go 5 years calm and then all of a sudden attack? How do you don't know it? You don't know it. So why take the chance? Totally unnecessary. So Clifton says he has seen an unprecedented rise in dog maulings in recent years as more pit bulls enter the shelter system. Between 1858 and 2000, there are only 2 recorded instances of shelter dogs killing humans. From 2000 to 2009, there were 3 fatal attacks involving shelter dogs, one pit bull, one breed similar to a pit bull, and a Doberman. But from 2010 to 2014, there have been 35 shelter dogs who fatally attack humans. But all all but 11 were pit bulls. Supporters say pit bulls are getting a bad rap. Sarah Enos, founder and president of Pitbull American Pitbull Foundation, said it's wrong to blame the dog attacks on pit bulls because it's the owners who are to blame. Well, yeah, it's the owners are to blame because they're the ones that actually go and get the dogs and have them as pets. Goes on to say it really boils down to being a responsible owner. Not really. Like if you have a gun, it is boiled down to being responsible. So you need to lock that gun up where nobody can possibly get into that lock, right? With a dog, you can't lock the dog in a case because what's the point of having a dog if you got to lock him in a cage 24/7, right? So with a gun, you have to go and actively take it out and press the trigger. With a dog, you don't know when they're going to attack you. You have no clue. So it's totally different, you know. They went on to say that any dog any dog from any breed can be aggressive. That is true. It's a matter how it's treated. That is not true. Not true. There are many, many, many instances where the dogs were treated just like any dog with love and care and fed and all of that and still attack the owners. So it's not true, it matters how it's treated. That's total fabrication. As Time reported in 2013, Pitbull owners all over the country are trying to rebrand the breed, insisting pit bulls can have a softer side. Yeah, pit bulls do have a softer side. All dogs can be nice and soft and sweet, just like serial killers, you know. Yeah, they can be nice and sweet and they love their mother and all of that. Then they go out at night and kill somebody, you know, unpredictable. So this is just, it said many pit bull advocacy organizations, included Bad Rap, didn't want to comment for this story. I wonder why. It is a growing backlash against the idea that the pit bulls are more violent than other dogs. Well, the thing is that, in my opinion, they are more violent. But let's say pit bulls have the same rate of aggression as any other dog, right? The problem is, and the difference is that pit bulls are more powerful. That's the difference. If a pit bull was small, like a chihuahua or a small dog, and it's aggressive like that, you couldn't do you much harm. You couldn't. Okay? It's too small. His jaw is not big enough. He can't get around your throat. He can't overcome you. Because a dog that small, you can easily overpower a dog that strong. Easily. You can easily injure that dog. Easily. Okay? That's the difference. And that's what they're not mentioning. A pit bull, like if you look at an ape and a human, you can put a strong muscular human, right, up against an ape of similar build. And the ape will be much stronger, about 5 times stronger than that human. That's because the ape muscle density is much more much better, stronger. So when you put two dogs against each other, right? Let's say you have a dog and you have a dog that's a similar size to a pit bull. The pit bull is gonna be cause more damage in a fight than the other dog because the pit bull much stronger, the muscles. You just look at these dogs. These dogs are built like a rock. There's nothing to mess with. I mean, just use your eyes. Okay, people should not just use your eyes and see the difference. All right. So the dogs are inherently dangerous, more dangerous than other dogs. So these are the people, just like the gun advocates that say that the gun is not this and that. It's the same story that they're giving here. It doesn't matter how many people die. These people don't care. I wish I could live on a planet where people just had common sense, where people just did things that the consensus, okay, this makes more sense, let's do this. But it's not like that. It's just the stupid people take over and influence the other people. So critics say that pit bulls are inherently dangerous no matter how they're treated because violence is in their DNA. So that somebody said, why do herding dogs herd? Why do pointing dogs point? They don't learn that behavior. It's selective behavior. Listen, I've been alive long enough. I don't need any more research to tell me that to stay away from those dogs. In fact, my wife's cousin actually had a pit bull. We went over there and I told him, listen, just lock the pit bull in the room because I don't want to be interacting with this dog. Because and these people actually had a baby. They had a baby and they had the pit bull. I think they eventually got rid of the pit bull. They give it to a family member or something like that. But I think it was because of space, not because of the dogs. They think the dog were dangerous. But this is the thing. It's like everyone is just not too bright. Like they would keep dogs that dangerous amongst their little kids, their babies, and thinking the dog is going to protect the baby and all this nonsense. So it's just really really bad. But it's a very sad story because if you look at these let me pull it up. Look at these two adorable kids, right? Just imagine, look at it. This could have been your kids and they're dead because someone thought it was a good idea to have a pit bull as a pet. And that's not right. There should be some kind of regulation against um save people from themselves, or save stupid people from themselves, because these kids are taking a cue from their parents. They don't know the difference. They didn't bring the dogs into the home. They're innocent. It's not their fault. Their lives are cut short because they got stupid parents. That's why. Because we've had statistics about these type of dogs for a long time, 20, 30, 40 years. Yet these parents, let me pull them up now. These parents decide to look, these two right here decide to bring a pit bull into their home, posting the dogs on Facebook and these are good dogs and all that. And now these kids are dead because of their parents. A lot of kids, get killed because of their parents' stupidity. But I think this was avoidable, very much avoidable. And sadly, this is not going to be the last case. There's going to be some idiot out there talking about, well, maybe they treated the dog bad, and maybe this, and maybe that, and maybe that. And he's going to go out and get a dog, bring it to his family, and that dog, 2 years from now, is going to maul that family, and then it's going to be a cycle. The thing is, after the dog attacks, oh, it was such a good dog, and lady, just stop, okay? So these you're gonna see these stories keep happening over and over and over, and I don't want to if I see someone, and this is what I do, if I see, look at his dog's jaw, look at the jaw, see how big it is. If I see someone walking this type of dog on a sidewalk, I cross the street. I've done that many years ago. I do not want to be around. I don't want, because as I said, the owners can't even control the dogs. If these dogs decide to attack, the owners can't, they can't help you. What are they gonna do? Pull on the thing, trying to pull. You can't do nothing. The dogs are too strong. So you just got to stay away from people who own these dogs. Period. And my thing is, why take the chance? Why take the chance? There's so many other dog breeds that you can have as a family pet. Why take the chance and get a pit bull? Look at these two adorable kids. If this was me and I did something that stupid and my kid died, I wouldn't want to live. I would not. That will kill me, you know, because this is not something that's brand new. You know, Pitbulls didn't come out yesterday and last week, and people didn't know. This has been happening for years and years and years. I just wish. My only hope is that the government one day, someone in the government decides to regulate these dogs and 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 make it a law that you cannot have these dogs amongst kids. If you decide to put them in danger of yourself, and the thing is, even people who have them as adults, as I said, these dogs could escape, and they have many times escaped from the owner's compound and killed or mauled you know passerby walking down the street. So it's just common sense got to prevail somehow. I'm very heartbroken, not for these parents, just for the kids. They didn't deserve to die like that. They deserve to have their life, a long life, and this is just not the way it should have happened. But anyway, I mean, I can go on and on about this story, but let me cut it short. Anyway, my name is Carlton, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.